Biafrans, do not allow anyone to break you. Do not allow anyone to break you. They are going to try. They are going to try. They will do unimaginable things. Do not allow anyone to break you. Wherever you are and you have the opportunity to listen to this program, you must prepare yourself and prepare your mind for what is coming. It is going to be much more tougher than you can ever imagine. But remember, this is the time you have to activate your mental toughness. That mental toughness that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu spoke about. That mental toughness that our Supreme Leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu spoke about. This is the time to activate it. Nigeria is a country that is structured to fail and not to survive. But the most dangerous aspect of it is that they have succeeded in convincing our own brothers, our own sisters, to fight against themselves, to push lies against themselves, to push propaganda against themselves. There was a video I saw that was presented by one of the content creators, a Yoruba lady, how the Lagos state government destroyed the property of an Igbo estate developer using a fellow Igbo man, the idiot that called himself Umahi. And when you see the way Umahi addressed that woman and accused the woman in the public, you begin to imagine, are these the people you refer to as your leaders? Are these the people that are going to save you? Are these the people who claim to be your representative? That video was very, very heartbreaking. When you see the way that woman was treated, and you begin to imagine. And that video is a lesson for some of you who live abroad and you think you can change anything in Nigeria. You think you can invest in Nigeria and succeed. You are a liar. You are deceiving yourself. Until you have your own nation, Biafra, every investment you make in Nigeria is a waste. When you risk yourself to bring investors to come and invest in Nigeria, you are putting yourself in debt and in shame. You will ever regret your life bringing somebody to invest in that contraption called Nigeria. I understand that so many of us want to go home. Biafrans want to go home and invest. But for us to make an investment that will last forever, for generations to come, we must invest in our own nation. We must invest in our own nation, not in a foreign land. We must invest in our own nation, and the time is now. And for that, I am going to try to play that very video of what transpired, how it was presented by that Yoruba lady, how Umahi was used against his own people. You will see the heartbreaking abuse and insult and what transpired. And now you ask yourself, why would anybody that calls himself an Igbo Biafran has anything to do with Nigeria and its politics, or with anything that has to do with Nigeria? Why? Why would any Biafran in his wildest dream consider having anything to do with the Zoological Republic of Nigeria? It is really, really heartbreaking. I am going to share the video with us so that we can be able to see how far they can go to destroy us. You can see how far they can go to use our own people to destroy us. When we talk about this issue, some of us don't know how serious it is. And that is why most time when we speak and we lament about the politicians in Biafra land, today they are in the front line of carrying out the character assassination and destruction of the image of the Biafran people, the Igbo Biafrans. The same Igbo Biafrans. The same Igbo Biafrans, they are in the front line of destroying their own people. I want you to pay attention to this very video. Welcome, my brother.
For joining me today. Christian. Who remembers this video?
From Chicago, Illinois. I'm speaking directly in the camera.
That's okay. That's right. That's right.
As I'm here appealing to the Honorable, the President of Nigeria, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, to please come to our assistance, come to my assistance, because I can't make a reputation back in America as I have for this country. I speak so highly and so freely about Nigeria, and to come in back and invest into this wonderful country. But look at our investment now, down the drain.
Believe it or not, the issue for which that woman was crying has still not been sorted. And I would like for you guys to know that she's actually not the only one. About 400 Nigerians in the diaspora, African Americans like that woman, white Americans, Chinese nationals, they were all affected. And to talk to us about what has happened and what is still happening is none other than the CEO of Win Homes Property, who was the one that was able to convince all these Nigerians in the diaspora to come and invest in Nigeria. You know, a lot of Nigerians, they are afraid of developers scamming them when they want to invest in Nigeria. But in this situation, it is the government, technically scamming people that decided to invest on the coastal highway. It is the government that is changing the plan that they themselves.
I want every one of us to pay attention to this program. Those of you who think you can perform magic in Nigeria, after suffering abroad, you think you can perform magic. And when we are talking about freedom, you don't care. You think there is something extraordinary that you can do to make things right. I want you to pay attention for you to see how the government itself is involved in the fraud and destruction of lives and property of people. I want you to pay attention. More especially against the Igbos. The estate developer that is involved here is an Igbo lady, the woman you are seeing here. Watch.
Had approved. So help me welcome the CEO of Win Homes Property. She's an engineer. She's also into oil and gas, and she's into business among so many other hats that she wears. Madam Stella Okengu. Madam Stella, thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. First of all, people will ask, do you have your papers? Why did you build where they would demolish? So let's just clear that first and foremost.
So we have our papers. We have our governor's consent for Win Homes. We have the document. Coastal Road, right? They cleared us that we are not on Coastal Road by physical planning, because the gazetted alignment was implemented by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu when he was the governor. It has passed all the environmental impact assessment. It has passed the NAS approval, everything.
So the initial alignment had been designed before the Minister of Works became the
minister. That's correct.
Minister David Umahi. And so the initial alignment was what you went by when you got your document from Lagos State.
That's correct. Because when you are bringing in diasporans investors, apart from Americans, Chinese, we still have Nigerians, a lot of Nigerians all over the world that invested in Win Homes. So when you are doing that kind of thing, you have to be extra careful. You know how people that work 9 to 5 in America make their money. And most of these people has lost hope in Nigeria, coming back to Nigeria to invest. I'm that kind of person. When we had renewed hope, in quotes, we said, okay, that's a good mantra to go with. So that was why we said, okay, even if Nigeria is how it is, we are going to come back. We are going to put our own quota by making Nigeria a great place again. And we garnered a lot of people. We spoke to them. I went to London, I went to Germany, I went to Switzerland, went to China, got Nigerians, went to South Africa, getting Nigerians to buy property. America is my home. So I remember one woman that we finally convinced to come back. She's a Yoruba, but when we met her, I cannot forget the statement that she made. She said, I am not coming back to Nigeria again, madam. In short, let me tell you, my family is not coming back to Nigeria. My children will not come back to Nigeria again. I said, why? He said, because they killed our brother. And the case was dismissed. No justice, nothing. So I had to do an extra job to convince the woman to come back to Nigeria.
When they now decided to change it into the new alignment, the minister actually met with stakeholders, you included, and others, and you were able to successfully convince him to go back to the initial design. So I'm going to play a couple of videos for people to see.
We are therefore appealing that this critical infrastructure located at Mopo that the road be diverted back to the route of the original gazette.
Responding to these concerns, the Minister of Works announced the cancellation of the new alignment in Okuaja. In this axis, the government has decided to adhere to the initial alignment.
To the glory of God, to serve MTN, to Africa, Okuaja community, we are diverting completely from the new alignment, from the old alignment. And we are rejoining back to our new alignment at kilometer 25.
Wow, so the minister actually said this publicly, that they're going back to the old alignment on national TV. But not just there, this is in another video as well.
This is in Okuaja.
Yes, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Is it on the new alignment?
Yeah, on the new alignment.
Okay,
yeah.
New alignment.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So if we are staying there, it will affect it. But if we are moving to the gazetted, it will not affect. So
and once again, as we can see, people were happy, people were excited. What has happened after the minister said that publicly? What changed? Why was your property now demolished?
I can categorically tell you, not allegedly, that when he started the diversion, we got the information. I was actually back to America when I heard that he has rediverted back to our property, our subject property. So I had to take the next available flight back to Nigeria. And we started doing our investigation. We found out that there is an estate that is called Ocean Bay Estate. They are on the gazetted alignment. So they formed a pressure group, went behind. According to the information that we got, and the people on that axis said that they paid 2.5 million, almost 80 houses. They paid 2.5 million to use and bribe their way to this thing through the Federal Controller of Works back to the minister. More than 80 people, between 80 to 100. Assistant Federal Controller of Works, Engineer Olufemi Dare, met with me and also told me, look, madam, all this begging you are begging, I want to tell you what you're going to do now. You get your investors, pay money. You can get them to pay to. You have a lot of investors. 200, get like 200 million. Get it in cash and in dollars. Then I'm going to arrange for you to see my federal controller of work and meet with Umahi so that you can give them that money and it will be rediverted back to another place.
They were
That
asking you for bribe
yes, they
Didn't
were
hear it.
asking for bribe.
in
So
dollars.
yes. And this is what I have been shouting, at least for the president to know what is happening in that faction of the ministry. And Umai has been coming on national television. I have some videos that people are sending to me, lying on my head. He has called me a controversial woman. He has told the FIRS to start pursuing us. He has even called me an unpatriotic citizen. Somebody that is bringing investors to come and invest in Nigeria. And a minister that is sitting down to destroy the investment even went up to the extent of diverting, that's a disobedience to the president.
You are going to see the reason Umahi is attacking this woman. Simply because she is a Biafran. That is why Umahi has the confidence to destroy her property, the estate under her, divert the road from where it's supposed to go and channel it to her own property and destroy it. This is the same way they destroy one of the other guy's business. I've forgotten the name of that business also, that the guy spent millions of dollars to build. The same Umahi channel this their nonsense road into that place and destroy the property. Later on, they divert it. The same thing they did to this woman. And simply because she's a Biafran. She's an Igbo woman. But sometimes why I got tired of it is that these people, when you talk about this issue of Biafra issue, they think it's a joke. This kind of individual, they take it as a joke. They don't take it serious. They think we are noise makers. Oh, this Biafra tell you. But when Nigeria happened to them, we will always use as example as we are using now. We use example. I want you to listen carefully. You will see why Umahi is doing what he's doing, and you see the way Umahi attacked her.
That allocated that gazetted alignment. Because of money, you had to leave the original alignment and you are diverting into people's property.
So those that did not abide by the law now, because they allegedly bribed the minister, according to you. So you are saying that the minister allegedly collected bribe from those that did not follow the law, and now that is what is happening.
That's correct.
I'm going to play 2 different videos because you've actually had encounters with him physically, in which he either died to talk you down, either he tried to verbally abuse
me,
or try to kick you out of the town hall meeting.
So he assaulted me actually by telling the police officers to throw me out. When I got up to talk, I told when I got up to talk about it, I said, please, you people should give the Minister of Work accolades for making the reality of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu come to. The next thing he said, please leave that thing and go straight to. So I was being targeted right from the onset.
The land does not belong to you. It does not belong to me. So why are we fighting? After I'm from Southeast, and the woman that is even, doing this from Southeast. So all the way from Southeast, you are grabbing land, and you want to.
Did you hear that? Did you hear that?
How do you go?
This is unbelievable. Umahi, an Igbo man who is supposed to be a representative to protect Igbo interests. Did you just hear what Umahi told that woman?
Accusing only Igbo of grabbing land all the way from
grabbing in a press conference where the whole world is watching.
Yeah, you tell me, what more do you need to know that these are our enemies?
I say when I saw this, my head busted. I didn't know. It is unbelievable. Unbelievable. In as much as you illegally collected bribe and diverted the road into her property, she was making her case. You now come to tell the world, she's from Southeast and from Southeast, and she's coming here to grab. Just imagine
all the way from Southeast.
You can imagine using that word that the woman came to grab. My brother, what else do we want to hear from these people before we know that these people they are supposed to go to exile?
Yeah.
You can imagine I play it again so that it won't be that, so that people will hear it for themselves.
Hey.
by the
I don't
law.
know.
Now,
They are the
because
one
they allegedly bribed the minister, according to you. So you are saying that the minister allegedly collected bribes from those that did not follow the law, and now that is what is happening.
That's correct.
I'm going to play 2 different videos because you've actually had encounters with him physically, in which he either died to talk you down, either he tried to verbally abuse you, or try to kick you out of the town hall meeting. So
he assaulted me actually by telling the police officers to throw me out. When I got up to talk, I told a lot of when I got up to talk about it, I said, please, you people should give the Minister of Work accolades for making the reality of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu come to. The next thing he said, please leave that thing and go straight to. So I was being targeted right from the onset.
The land does not belong to you, it does not belong to me. So why are we fighting? After I'm from Southeast, and the woman that is even doing this from Southeast. So all the way from Southeast, you are grabbing land, and you want to, So what is
I see the crowd.
What kind of thing is that?
Did you just say that you're trying to grab land?
Yes. He said, maybe I came with a gun and I came to Nigeria. I don't know when the constitution said that as an Igbo woman, I cannot invest in any place in Nigeria.
That is what the constitution says. Only that some of you cannot listen and hear. It is a written code that you cannot succeed in Nigeria. They will destroy your. Go ahead, my brother.
First of all, that accolade or what is this one? Well, accolade anyway, or praise or appreciation that she's trying to extend to Umahi. Umahi doesn't care about that. You know why? Umahi expected her and the others to go through him so that he can get his own share. Because that's Nigeria for you, so that he can cut his own commission from the business. In as much as she probably did not go through Umahi, forget it. You can praise him all you want. You can do it. They will make sure they destroy. You see, that is Nigeria. But my brother, I don't feel not even iota of sympathy for this our sister. I don't feel it.
They will never hear. They will never learn.
In other words, in fact,
using them to teach to other people.
Exactly. In fact, maybe non Chineke, some of them, I don't know what to say, but Chineke all how because some of them, if you know how they feel towards Biafra actualization, and the things they do, some of them, not her, because I don't know what she does, but some of them, if I can only one of her,
the worst of the worst, they are among them.
Only one of her sister, maybe you probably would have come across her on YouTube. She has a big platform and highly educated woman. I think she probably read either petrochemical or anything related to sea exploration, whatever it is. So the platform name is Flow. So so few days ago, I think maybe 2 or 3 days ago, she came out to lament about Nigerian situation and stuff like that. So she says a lot about Nigeria, how this is not working, that is not working, blah, blah, blah. But because I know that she's an Igbo woman, because I've also corresponded with her in the past, right? So then on that very video, I told her, I wrote and I said, look, that this is the problem, that most of you, how long will it take? What will it take for you guys to come to the realization that Nigeria is a cost entity that was never meant for anything good for anybody, more or less, and that what we should be advocating as Biafra, as Ndibo, is how we can get free out of this, destructive entity. And she replied to me, exactly, because on that video she came out to speak like a proud Nigerian. That's how she was presenting herself, like this other sister, proud Nigeria. So then I replied to her, I said, look, that the fact that one will come out giving everything that goes on as Biafran, as everything we know, and one will proudly come out to confess he or her as a Nigerian, that on its own is despicable and is shameful. So then she replied me and said, well, that I am free, right? That's me, myself, I'm free to come out and speak proudly of my own imaginary country, right? That word she used, imaginary. Needless to begin to say, because I already know she's referring to Biafra, because I've corresponded with her in the past concerning Biafra too. So in other words, imaginary, that is how they see Biafra. But then I don't know if I further replied or I ended it there, but I probably replied to say to her that, look, everything in life, every invention, every creation is born out of imagination, which is imaginary. That, including the car we ride, the aeroplane, the name it. Exactly. People imagine them, and they worked on them, and they come to fruition. They come to reality. I think I probably replied that because I was so fed up. So I don't know if I replied it or I just ended it there. So you can call Biafra imaginary. Okay, fine. But every creation it came out of imagination. People imagine them, the convention, the invention, and they put in the work, and they turn out to become a reality, not imaginary anymore. So this is the thing for somebody who is so well read and you're a Biafran and you see what happened and you know history, and that is the position you take. And this woman investing, spending huge sums of money.
Don't worry, my brother. Let's continue on the program. You will hear the amount that was wasted in this place. You will hear.
Okay. All right.
You will hear the amount. Let's continue.
I'm supposed to invest. So this is a tribal incitement to my person.
He said you are grabbing land. Wow.
I'm grabbing land. A land that we paid for, that has document, that even have coastal roads right of way clearance. We have the document. Coastal road right, they cleared us that we are not on coastal road by physical planning.
Please, listen to me. Please. Yes, ma'am. I want to listen to me. Listen to me. I want to warn you publicly. You have been doing a lot to stop the project. Listen to me. If I get further disturbances there will be consequences for it. Security, move her out. Madam, give yourself respect.
Wow, this is a minister talking, and then they tell Nigerians to come and invest in Nigeria. This is not just sad, but it's shocking to see how he has reacted. Now, what a lot of people would want to know is, what is the situation right now? Were you compensated at all? How much was invested into these properties that were demolished?
What was brought in was about $250 million. Foreign direct investment. And
that's a lot. That's a lot of money. Yeah. That's a lot of money.
People were bringing in their money. People were investing.
Their hard-earned money. Yeah.
Yes.
You said about $250 million.
Yes.
So that means, like, if you have 400 people, that means that each one of them invested about $625,000.
400 people was affected. The place, yes, is about 18 point something hectares of land. So we have
you have other investors.
4,000, yes. He's always shouting. She said she's bringing 250. They brought in 250 million foreign direct investments. I did not mention that the $250 million foreign direct investment, that all the property was affected. Part of the property that was affected is what he's supposed to look into and do the calculation. What I told the whole world is what we brought in to Nigeria.
So, like, how much is the part that was demolished?
When we checked everything, we converted it to dollar. It's about $70-something million.
Look at that.
That's a lot of money.
That is that.
Yeah, it's a lot of money. Please keep going. We're trying to understand where we are.
Yeah, we've written severally to the president. We've written to NITCOM. We've written to NAS, National Assembly. We have gone to court. I don't know what the delay is because the minister came and said that he's ready to fight us, that he has more than 12 sons on this matter. So he's ready to fight us. Even if you have 200 sons on the matter, a bad case is a bad case. Instead of him coming to pay a restitution, pay compensation, and also make sure that he follows Nigeria constitution before you demolish any property or you want to do an overriding public interest, which is an eminent domain. That is what we call it in America. Eminent domain is when the government wants to use your property. And when they want to use your property, they will make sure, number one, you agree to it. Number two, the compensation will come for them. You know, everything will be peaceful. That is why you cannot hear this kind of scandal in any part of the world. We have not been compensated. It's as if they want to shove the case under the carpet. They also went to the Ministry of Work, Lagos State. They've written to the presidency. They've written to the governor of Lagos State. We have also written to the governor. We wrote several letters. Association of Nigerian Diaspora has written several letters. Foreign Investors Network of Nigeria. These two associations, most of their people has property there.
Did you mention to me one time that someone actually collapsed and died?
Yeah, somebody died.
One of the investors.
You see?
He actually wrote to David Umahi and pleaded with, told David Umahi, this is the job I do. I'm still an upcoming person in America. And they convinced me to come back to Nigeria to invest. The response he said, do you want me to pass the coastal road on your head? That was the response. So unfortunately, the gentleman is late. He's in Chicago.
Did he collapse in Nigeria or here in Chicago?
He died in Nigeria. When he saw this thing, according to what they said,
when he saw the demolition.
Yes. Where does this happen? Is Abuja? Is investment at Abuja?
They didn't call 911 or
911 in Nigeria.
Africa.
You've held several protests here in America, in Houston, in Chicago,
in Minnesota.
Yeah. You also filed a case in court against the minister.
Against the minister.
What's the updates on that?
We had the first time we went to court, the Justice Aluko chamber. He told them that they should stop working. By then, they have not passed. He told them that they should not, that he advised them to stop working so that they will not render the court justice nugatory. So the day he said it, the next day, David Umahi, they were working in a place called Ologolo. I got an information that he told them to leave everything that they are doing in Ologolo, carry all their heavy-duty equipment and go to Okwaja and make sure that the road passed our property. We were targeted.
So are you saying that if you had given them bribe, they wouldn't have demolished your property?
If I had paid that $200 million in dollars, naira, I should change it in dollars.
Pay it in dollars.
And pay it in cash.
If you had paid them bribe, then they wouldn't have demolished. But because you refused to bribe
them. Because I refused. Yes. And when I refused, I told the minister that look at the information I got from your ministry. That was the next day he came and did that demolition.
I beg, go get
Not only
a coffee
doing
and drink,
the demolition, he told them to clear all the debris there so that place will look like a bare land. So as they are demolishing, they are clearing everything. When they came, the people that came are high-tech officials, which are some of their white people came to demolish. The first time they came with their equipment. And I told them, I said, this property belongs to Americans and diasporans. Thank God the documentation was in my car. I brought it out and showed them. They made a call. They said they want to call their general manager. And when they called high-tech general manager, he told them to stop, that they should not demolish. They left. The next thing we saw, it was a rented heavy-duty equipment, caterpillars, bulldozers that came So when we started doing investigation, we got the information that the Minister of Work, so because High Tech refused to demolish, the Minister of Work authorized his ministry to go and rent equipment, that place must go down and all the debris should be scraped. So when they were demolition, I was at home in Nigeria, and before I came, everything has gone down. They were packing all the debris. I was like, why are you people packing all the debris? The rods, even the blocks. I was like, why are you? They said the order is from the Minister of Works. I said, but you
Okay.
people are not high tech. They said they were rented. Almost 20 equipment. Before
Oh,
we could say jack, the demolition did not take more than an hour. Yeah.
This is also another image of
Image
them.
when they, you can see when they are packing the roads inside. There were so many cars that they use.
And this is a closer image of them packing the rod into that blue van to
they'll
make
go
it
and
look
sell
like
it
there
and
was
recover
never
They will
the
still save the
bribe
road.
with
They
the
pack.
And you
fifty.
said
After
they did all
they
this
they pack
within an
everything,
hour.
go
There
sell.
is a saying that goes
Mama, he
that
need the money
when
now.
you
What
are
is she talking
building, it's
about?
hard, but
If
when
they fit
somebody
to pay
wants to
bribe, so
destroy,
my
it's a
have to
very easy.
sell the
That is when I
equipment.
saw it.
So I'm going to play right now a video of one of the investors who was hoping to invest in the hospital.
Of people as this picture takes off. Thank y'all very much.
So what's happening here is that where the hospital was supposed to be located in the estate? Is that
Yeah,
where he's
this is
thinking?
the groundbreaking ceremony. We have like 7 white Americans and African Americans and Nigerians that want
You don't enter Bessie.
collaborated
Now you
to
go pay
build
them
the
their money.
hospital,
Carry them go
but
Lagos.
they sent him as their
Okay, the
representative to
representative.
come and see the
So
place.
what are your investors saying now?
First of all, they are saying that for the fact that the minister has passed there, he has to give them back their money. They have to be
Ooh,
compensated. And
from where?
personally, I believe that apart from compensation, they need to make a restitution. And the president, that is why I always call on the president. The
Wrong
ball
man.
lies on his table. Because a lot of people are telling me who authorized Omahi. That is the president. That the president know what is happening. If
Okay.
not that I am in Nigeria for 8 months, I would have said that. And saw the impunity, the corruption, and everything. But the
Okay.
issue, the president also have the exclusive authority
You see
to
the funny
make
thing, she's
things
still
right.
defending the
This is
president.
Nigerians in that diaspora. This is a matter of national interests. And if he is keeping quiet
Yep.
about this, it means that
After
he
food,
knows
come
what
back
is happening.
Okay.
again.
So what we are appealing to
Mazi
him,
choose each
those
other go point pin you
400
go do any pin
and
you go do where?
something
Alright.
plots that has been demolished, they need to pay them back their money. And the people, the man that died, the family needs to
Compensated.
Okay.
compensated.
Okay.
Recently, we want to start working on the part of the property. We started building another drainage. This one happened recently. They said this David Omai sent military. They
This is
came.
the part that is not on the new
This
coastal
one,
alignment,
yeah,
right?
after the demolition, this part is not on the new coastal alignment. We said, okay, as we are fighting for compensation, let's start doing
Continue
something there.
work.
So we started drainage, another drainage, and everything, the infrastructure. The next thing that one
Jesus Christ.
morning he came with army officers and said that they said Omayi told them that he has taken the whole property.
What?
Yes, that he has taken the whole property. They beat up my staffs. One of them that did not run, Obala, the army officers took him. Until now, we have not seen him. We have written to the chief of defense staff. We have written to 81 Div, which 81 Div, they are the one that is
This
more
man is the most
responsive,
stupid
in
human
Lagos
being
State.
ever.
But the chief of defense staff, they
What
even
is wrong
refused
with our
to
people?
collect the letter through DHL.
They demolished a part that he's claiming is now on the coastal highway road, but
Yes.
now the part that he's saying is not, he's now claiming that he's seizing
That he has taken over everything. That
the
they've taken over
entire
all.
$250 million worth.
Exactly. that we
invest.
don't have any right to work there again.
Honestly, as a Nigerian living abroad, a lot of Nigerians are scared about investing back home.
Honestly,
Mostly because of developers
Why would you go
that
and invest
don't
such
do what they
in a
say that they
Lagos?
would do, but would, collect people's
Why
money.
are people
money.
abandoning
But
Biafra land?
the other
Yeah.
aspect, which
What
is
is
what we're
wrong?
talking about today, is the government taking
This is a serious
somebody's
issue.
land with no compensation, no explanation, and
Yes.
people spent their savings, their retirement, to build these properties. So
God
it's quite
forbid.
devastating that the government of Nigeria will tell us to come and invest, and then this is happening.
So
Also, they
it's
tell us not to paint Nigeria bad, but
everything.
they're literally the ones painting the
Painting.
country bad.
Is
The video of
Lagos
the
the
woman that we
only
played at the
state
beginning, as well as other
in Nigeria?
investors, I cannot even imagine after they get their money, hopefully they get their money back. I cannot imagine them ever wanting to have
You
Look
any
get
at the
your money
hope
in
these
Nigeria.
Even
look at
stepping
look
in
there.
at the hope
Nigeria.
these people
Yeah.
are having.
It's really admiring that you
Jesus Christ
have
of
this fighting
Nazareth.
spirit. Thank you so much. Keep it up, and we'll keep talking about this until
Yeah.
justice
And
is
we're
served.
yes, and we're not going to back down till we get what the attention of the president. He's
Okay.
assumed to be a progressive president. Coastal Road fails, and if foreign direct investment did not come, nobody is going to call David Omai. What they are going to call is Ashwaju.
Thank you so much for coming on the show
Thank you so much.
and for explaining everything. And
Now we have had it. You see, when we are talking about the hate on the Biafrans, the Igbos more especially, the obsession with destroying Biafrans, some people don't know how serious it is. You have had this lady's story. The only reason this woman is suffering this is because she is a Biafra. She's an Igbo woman, which Omar he told her to her face. When we say these things, I don't know, just like this woman, you see, even in the midst of all this, look at what she's saying. Just look at what she's saying.
You are in a hole and you keep digging.
Digging. She's even digging harder.
Digging still when you're already caught up in a hole. That because they did that, and she said they are doing another place now that is not in the origin. Oh my God! So you see, with all